Today I'm going to show you how I do the defining part of my wash and go using a technique I call ribboning. This is going to be a little bit of a longer video just because I want to show you the entire process, and I also want to show you in detail how I do the ribboning technique because it's really important to getting a good result with your wash and go. So I am starting with my hair already having the leave-in moisturizer, which was Shapeshifter. I had my shower cap on to keep it moist, and I am re-moistening it as I go frequently with a mister bottle so that it is dripping wet the entire time I'm working. Okay, so I'm using Hold Up, a couple of pumps per section. As you can see, I'm working in larger sections that I've divided into smaller subsections. And here is where I'm going to show you how I do my ribboning technique. So all it is you are dropping very small subsections, almost slices of your hair, and you're pulling through from the roots to the ends, just smoothing your defining product in. And what this does is it helps all of your curl families group together as they naturally prefer to group together. So you're kind of just following your own natural grouping pattern. Again, this is really important in terms of actually getting a good result. If you try and make clumps that are bigger than your natural curl families, then they tend to separate a lot faster. I like my wash and goes to last for as long as possible, so I try to mimic the natural grouping of my curl families. So I'm just going to zoom in so you can see it really close, and you can see that I'm almost like squeegeeing product off of my hair as I do this. That's fine, that's natural. It's going to wind up with a little bit of product all over the place, which is why I like to wrap my Versatile around my neck. Alright, so I'm going to speed this up as I go through most of the back sections. Again, re-wetting each section as I go, dividing my large sections into smaller subsections, and just using that same technique to pull through from the roots to the ends in very small slices of subsections. I'm going to slow it down again here in the front so you can see that process one more time. So just going to get the back out of the way, re-moisten, and then here we go one more time, a couple pumps of Hold Up, and then just slicing through the hair. I spend a little bit more time at my sideburn area because those curls tend to be a little bit more resistant and harder to define, so I need to separate them a little bit more carefully and make sure they're fully saturated with product and water. And you can see the curls just start to like jump together when you get it right, which is really satisfying. And if the section feels too big, just drop it and subsection it further so that you feel comfortable working with it. I try to work in vertical, but honestly it's much easier for me to work in horizontal sections on my own head. When we do this in the salon, we do vertical sections. It doesn't make a huge difference in terms of your own at-home personal wash and goes, but it does make a difference in the salon. I won't get into that here because that's kind of a different subject. The point is just follow your natural groupings. So if your curl families are bigger than mine, then you can take bigger sections. Essentially, the size of the space between your fingers should mimic the size of the space between your curl families. If you have very large curl groupings, like if you're more of a loose texture wavy, then you're going to use a different technique altogether. This is really for tight textures who are doing a tight texture wash and go. I end with my bang area. That is the very last section that I will do, and that's because I'm trying to have my hair fall the way I want it to dry, so I'm combing it all forward. Alright, so there you go. Altogether it took me about 15 minutes, and the next step will be diffusing.